Good morning, everybody. Lee Brower here, and welcome to this week's edition of Meaningful Monday. I have something very serious I want to talk to you about today. It centers around gratitude, and it centers around leadership. You know, right now our world is struggling. We're ill. We're anemic in so many different areas, and one of the areas is in leadership. My hearts go out. Our hearts go out to our neighbors to the north. Jay Patterson, thank you for contacting me and saying, as a reminder, Lee, could you talk a little bit about what's going on in our country, and specifically about what's happened last week? A young man, Nathan Cirillo, 24 years old, the soldier guarding the unknown tomb, gets gunned down by a crazy terrorist. Terrorist that's consumed with bad thoughts, bad thinking, and lost his life in doing so. A couple of days previously to that, a man by the name of Patrice Vincent, another soldier, 53 years old, walking with a companion, ran over by a car, again by another terrorist. What's going on? What is going on with our country right now? What's going on in the world, in Canada? What's going on in other peaceful areas that are being invaded by this concept of terrorism? And the question that comes to mind is, first of all, let me just tell my Canadian friends, our prayers are with you. Our thoughts are with you. We have great empathy for you. We have so much gratitude for you, so much love and respect for everything that you're doing for this planet, not for the United States, but for yourselves and for this great planet in which we live. Thank you. Thank you so much. Now let's talk a little bit about gratitude and leadership. We had talked earlier about the role that gratitude in versus gratitude for. Being grateful for something requires some sort of expectation. If I'm grateful for my health, then I'm comparing myself to some other health that I used to have, or some health that I want, or somebody else's health. If I'm grateful for my house, I think the same thing. I'm grateful for this house, and I start thinking about comparing. And if I'm sick and somebody says, it's not, look at it this way, you could be so-and-so, and look what they've got. So should I be rooting for them so that I can be happier and more grateful? Doesn't make sense to me. Being grateful for requires expectations. And so how do you be grateful for these terrorist actions? How do you stay in gratitude? How do you begin in gratitude when you have terrorist actions like this? You don't have to be grateful for what's going on. If I get cancer, I don't have to be grateful for that cancer. But can I still be grateful in? Can I recognize the abundance and the blessings that are in my lives and be better equipped to be able to deal with the tragedy, to be able to deal with the struggles, to be able to deal with those negatives? Absolutely. Because we are so richly blessed. And I think that's one of the roles of leadership, is to be able to, one, be able to see the blessings that are in our lives and to be able to live in gratitude. Don't contaminate. Don't flame up. Don't incend, the fires, the flames of this hatred. Stand back from it. Be apart from it. Say it must be horrible to carry those kinds of things in your heart that you'd actually go out and kill somebody. I can't imagine what that would do. Let's stomp out that evil. Let's build it. Let's offset it with love. Let's offset it with the good things that we're doing. But let's squash it. Let's do what we have to do to squash it. Now, how does that relate to leadership? I believe that leadership right now, and you've heard me say this before, is suffering. And it's suffering at the expense of great management. I mean, great management. Management has never been better. The entrepreneurial training that's going on, the entrepreneurial coaching, the innovations that are coming as a result of the internet, how we're able to turn things faster and faster and faster. Those are all great innovations that are allowing us to have a thriving economy in spite of everything that's going on for other countries. I mean, the United States can't even keep up in so many different areas with other countries as they're taking advantage of the internet and being able to collectively think and apply all of the wonderful things that are happening. But leadership, without leadership, though, we will be attacked from within. See, great countries, great powers, great economies have crumbled in the past, but they don't crumble because they've been attacked from the outside. They crumble from the inside out. They crumble from the deterioration of the morals. They crumble from the deterioration of values. They crumble from the deterioration of families. And as families crumble, so goes the country. Now, leadership at all levels needs to be able to be in gratitude and to be able to see that long-term vision. Can we, as leaders of this country, can our leaders of the country actually see a long-term vision? I don't know. But I do know this, that there's thousands of families being led by people just like you that can see it, who do see it, and need to and will, let's not say need, and will get out and lead with that long-term vision. Can we make decisions in the short term that may feel like they're hurting us so that we can achieve the long-term vision that we're trying to seek? And that's the difference. Leaders have the ability to look long-term. When you have a long-term vision, it sustains your present agony. What greater gift can you give to your family? What greater gift can you give to your team members, your employees, and give to your community than to be able to help them see gratitude and long-term vision so that they can weather the storms of what's going on? We're finishing this year with a bang. We've got about 9 or 10 weeks left of this year, if that. We're down to like 8 weeks left. And wow, we're going to rock this last 8 weeks. Don't slow down. Just because you're getting to the end of the year, accelerate the pace. Look at the areas that you're focused in on. Gear up for next year, but finish this year strong. Don't slow down. Each day, get up. Look at your things that you got to do. Plan your day out. We're going to be coming out with a new book. The new book is going to be our gratitude journal and our empowered wealth journal, and it's built so that you can capture those things that are important to you and you can maintain your track each day. The things that I've learned from going through this year and being meaningful are being put into this book and will be available to you going forward for next year. There'll be more about that later. In the meantime, my challenge to you is be true, be loyal to the royal that's in you. Just perhaps you are a royal generation. We are a royal generation, saved to come forward on this earth at this time, to be the leaders, to stand on the shoulders of the great leadership ahead of us, and to be the leaders that are going to be able to lead this country and to lead our various countries throughout the world, our communities and our families, into that next exciting era of time that we're going to be in, that will be thriving and grateful, wonderful communities. I look forward to this week. Thank you for spending this time with me today. I'll talk to you next week. Bye-bye.